Hey there, Tara Boston Kimber here, founder and therapist with the Counseling Hub and a practicing counselor in the state of Missouri. So, today I wanted to do a quick video on why you might come into counseling. So, there's three, these are like really broad reasons that you might come into counseling. They're not specific, but they're pretty thematic. That they're pretty consistent themes that you see for people who come in. So let's just dive in. There's three things. So if I think about this, the first is really like internal disconnection. So somebody comes in and they, you might say something like, I don't know how I feel, or I'm not connected to my feelings, or some people might question if they're even a sociopath or a narcissist because they don't really get it. Whenever other people feel strongly about something, they don't relate and they don't really understand. So with that, I'll say that there are so many factors that go into that. I won't, and I can't say it's any one specific thing in this video because there is just a lot that can feed into that experience. But that is definitely something that can get people in the door. If you're thinking, well, why should I go to counseling? If that might be one of the reasons. And importantly, people come into counseling because they feel distressed about something. So if you feel great about your life, you're likely not going to come into counseling. But if this is something that bothers you, then it's probably something that would get you in the door. So that's one reason. Reason number two is after you've identified a problem in your life, and of course, people have multiple types of problems in their lives, and usually we go through life and we see a problem and we just either deal with it so it's not big enough that it gets in the way, or we decide we're going to fix it. What can happen is that people don't know how to fix their problem, and that gets them into counseling. That's it. So it's coming in and you're wanting to deal with a specific issue, and you've tried multiple ways, and you're banging your head against a wall basically trying to fix this thing, and you just don't know how. So having that objective third party person who can, who's on your side, like really, I think if your counselor's not on your side, then it's time to find a new one. But also someone who, so that's not to say you're not going to be challenged with a counselor, just so you know. So I can be on your side and also challenge you on some things that you might be saying or thinking, or, so those two things are not mutually exclusive. So you, oh gosh, now I lost my train of thought. But in essence, you are likely to come in if you've been trying to solve something and you haven't had any luck, and you want that objective third party. There we go. I'm circling back around now. So that objective third party person who can either reflect some of what they're seeing going on, give you some feedback on maybe the way you're coming across. You all can troubleshoot and really whittle down to what attainable goals or changes you can make, and then also accept what is and what can't be changed and focus on maybe what can be. There's a variety of things that you can do to work through something like that. Obviously not all problems are fixable, so to speak. And that doesn't mean that there's not things that, so many negatives, so many double negatives. That doesn't mean that there aren't things that can't be changed. That's a triple negative. That means that there are still things that can be changed. There we go. So there's that piece. The third thing that I would say is a really common reason for people coming in is just wanting insight. So, this probably goes, if you hear the sirens, I apologize. I would say this piece probably goes in front of the problem solving. So in order to even want to come in to solve a problem, you have to have some level of awareness that there is a problem. Well, you have to. You might come in and you're saying, I want to fix this thing and it sucks, and your counselor helps you gain insight into whatever that thing is. So that third piece I would say is insight. People don't usually come in saying, I want insight into myself, but inevitably that ends up happening, and it can be really profound and really change the way you look at things, your experience in relationships, just existing in life, period. So there's that. That's pretty much it. Keeping it pretty short and sweet today. Although I will say that last piece, that distress piece. People don't typically come in unless there's some level of being upset or just feeling tense about something and not really knowing what to do with it. And again, that can feed into not really being connected internally. That can feed into like being aware of the stuff that's going on for you, that internal experience. It cannot be not having insight into why you're doing stuff or why you're behaving in certain ways. You know, I keep having affairs and I don't know why. Cool. Like I'm ruining all these relationships with great people, but I don't know what I'm doing that keeps me having the affairs. I mean, come in. Like that's something we can sort of dig into and figure out. So that's that insight piece. And that last piece is problem solving again, which is, and I just said those out of order, but I think you get the gist. But the problem solving piece is how do I make changes? I've tried X, Y, and Z. It's not working. Help. So that's all for today. I hope you have a great day. And that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye.